Look at that. Hey guys, AJ here back with another one for you. So guys, I've said it once and I'll say it again. These 304s are broke as a joke, man. And guys, just like Kevin Samuels always said,
winter is coming.
Winter is here, man. This is not a game. And guys, there is no summer, there's no fall, there's no spring. These chicks are cooked. Credit card debt, high interest car loans, bastard kids, student loans, foreclosures. Broke as a joke. And guys, I do mean high interest car loans. Some of these chicks have 20, 30% APRs on their car loans, or they're taking out 84-month car loans. How stupid can people be?
Some people are really fucking stupid.
So guys, we're gonna go to the dumpster fire on TikTok and look at some of these absolute dunderheads whining about their car loans. But before we do that, like, subscribe, and drop a comment. I have a second channel called 50 and 304s. I'm offering memberships, guys, so check that out. Join my Discord, check out the playlist at the end, and let's get into this.
Y'all, the finance people done got me, y'all. Tell me why. I just realized my first car that I ever financed, because, I done bought used cars. I done had used cars. The first car that I financed, I think I'm doing my big one, my little loan, but I'm doing my big one. I'm making my payments on time. I'm even making extra payments. What the hell I just realized? All I'm doing is paying interest because my APR is 29.99%. Y'all.
$29.9%.
Y'all, I swear to God, I'm not even playing with y'all. Shut up. Why didn't they teach us this in school? I can't even tell you what the hell we used the Pythagorean theorem for, but I could damn sure tell you my APR is 30%. Nobody told me what that meant.
Guys, that has to be the most expensive Altima of all time. What an absolute dunderhead.
You stupid woman.
How bad does your credit need to be to pay 30% interest on a car loan? Right? And then sign on the dotted line and whine about it on the internet.
Beta female!
Look at that. Cooked, guys. Cooked. Guys, here's 1,300 comments. Someone says, that's why I'ma wait to fix up my credit. This is sick. This should be illegal. Someone says, did you say 29.99%? I would take it back immediately. Please. Someone says, I'm sending my car back tomorrow. I bought a cash car and never again will I ever have a car payment. Someone says, gap insurance and a tree. Cooked, guys. This chick says, they got me too. 25%. A year later, we're about to refinance. Guys, there are hashtags. Hashtag car dealership. Hashtag debt. Hashtag APR. Hashtag car loan. Clown world.
16.99%, y'all, is what I financed my Kia Telluride for. And I don't think I truly realized the interest rate until he pulled it up today at the dealer. And I am honestly just sick. Now, how do you get an interest rate at 16.99%? I don't know. I do know, though, that the car that was totaled out and forced me to buy the Kia was still an open auto loan. Plus, my daughter's car is also an open auto loan, and at the time we had 2 mortgages. And when Kia said that they were gonna get me in the Kia Telluride, they weren't joking. They got me in it all right. And my down payment that I put down is basically useless. I mean, when you're paying 16.99% interest every single month, of course your balance isn't gonna go down. So y'all, you know the trend. We're helping each other pay off our bills. If I don't get this Kia Telluride paid off, I'm going to have no other choice but to let it go back.
Look at that.
TikTok, do its thing. Attention economy needs to work for Michelle. I could take $40,000 to Kia and not have a car payment.
Look at that, guys. So, guys, she spent 16.99% on a car loan.
You stupid woman.
And then she comes to TikTok to try and beg for money, right? Come on.
You're a bum.
What an idiot. What an absolute dunderhead, right? Why are they so dumb? Because it makes no sense. It makes no sense. If she totaled up her car, she should have went and got a freaking 2001 Toyota Avalon, a 2002 Camry for like $3,000, right? Guys, put in the comments right now if you're driving a 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old car, reliable car. You know? Put the last time you had a car payment. Guys, I don't have a car payment. I'm going to drive my current car until the wheels fall off. You know? This is what guys do. Girls are always trying to get newer things and also getting got. They're not reading the paperwork until they sign on the dotted line. Then that first car payment comes out. Then finally they realize
you've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
This chick says, I work in the car business. Refinance, girl. Credit unions are preferred, but you can also try your personal bank. Look at that. I had a similar issue with a total car. I ended up letting them repo it and fixing my credit. Look at that, guys. Damn. Absolutely insane. And this chick's married, so you know that she's going, honey, help me pay off my car loan. Save me.
Here I come to save the day.
Guys, this is why a lot of guys aren't getting married anymore. Saving their own money. Her hashtags, hashtag auto, hashtag Kia, hashtag Telluride, hashtag let it go, hashtag car loan, hashtag this is me, hashtag financial freedom, hashtag bill, hashtag monthly, hashtag payment, hashtag finance, hashtag attention economy, hashtag drowning clown world. This chick has $60,000 in car debt and $30,000 of it is negative equity from other cars. Cooked. Look at that.
I have $60,000 worth of car debt with about $30,000 of that being in negative equity. And let me tell you how the dealership scammed me, because I bought my car by myself back in 2022 and I got scammed, and I don't want y'all to get scammed. So let's talk about it. I went in spring of 2022 to buy my Jeep. I wanted the Jeep Wrangler, which is the hybrid car, part gas, part electric. And anyways, during that time, they didn't have a lot of stock because of COVID. And so basically they were going to order my Jeep and it would come within 3 months. Well, the dealership guy told me that they could put me in a Jeep off the lot for 3 months with no loan payment, and then they would roll the loan over to the new Jeep when it came in. I was like, oh, that sounds great. So I signed it. I didn't have any payments. My Jeep came in the mail. My Jeep came, I went and I picked it up. And y'all, when he sat me down, he handed me a piece of paper that said that the car was like $100,000. And when I tell you, I about had a fit, because when I had originally went in, the finance guy told me that my monthly payment was going to be like $600. And then when I told the car salesman that when I was picking up the Jeep, he said that the finance guy lied and that's why he doesn't work there anymore. And now I'm stuck with $1,000 car payment. And the reason
$1,000.
why I have negative equity is because somehow, and I still don't know how he did it. I worked with a lemon law attorney and I still don't know how he did it. But basically, when he rolled the first loan into the second one, he somehow kept it higher. I don't understand how negative equity works. I honestly don't. So if you ask me questions about that, I probably can't help. But basically, if I were to sell my Jeep today, I'd be lucky if I got like $35,000 on it, and I still owe $59,000.
Jesus.
Yeah. So if you see this video, feel free to repost it, like it, comment, share, tell me I'm an idiot. I know I'm an idiot. I literally talked to like 3 different people and they're like, you know, everyone makes stupid decisions when they're younger, and most of the people that I've talked to, they've made stupid decisions when it's come to cars as well. And you know what? I have to live with it. But don't make the same mistake as me just because you want a nice car, because guess what? If I could go back, I would get a used Toyota or Honda and just stick with that.
That's what I said. Get a used Toyota or a Honda. Guys, this first person says he didn't roll over your loan. He refinanced the first car and made it a trade-in. Negative equity is the difference between the amount you owe and your loan. Man. This next chick says, I feel for you. Bankruptcy's the best option for me. So I'm glad that I'll be done soon. Cooked. Guys, this chick, I guarantee, you know, whatever simp, moron, idiot, knucklehead, you know,
Beta male.
that she manages to get with, right? She's gonna, I need you to help me pay off my car. Guys, are hashtags. Hashtag debt-free journey. Hashtag debt payoff. You know what, guys? I'm not going to read all of these. Clown world. Now, the funniest thing, guys, is leave it to these goofy chicks to ruin an English accent, right? You know, because, guys, over here in the States, you know, some of these femme fatales or these, you know, MI6 agents or these, you know, Bond chicks, you know what I'm saying? Like, these hot chicks in spy movies have had, you know, English accents, right? So it's like, oh, I met this sexy girl with an English accent. And then you go online, you realize
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
The biggest, worst financial mistake I've ever made. Financing a car. Why didn't I listen to my dad when I sold my first car that he kindly bought for me and put that money down on a deposit on a finance car? He literally said, you're more or less stuck now, unless you want to pay like a balloon payment at the end, which is like $7,000. Why did I do it? Because the irony is, that particular car got written off. Then, silly me, got this huge insurance payout and put that money down on an even more expensive car. But only me can pay their monthly payments back on my salary. I don't have a salary right now because I'm on maternity leave, which means a huge chunk of money of my maternity pay is going on a car that just sits and runs me to and from Morrison's or to my mum and dad's. And it's not even a brand new car, it's a 2018 plate, but it's costing me an absolute fortune. And I'm just so pissed off with myself. Here I am, literally, I emailed them on Monday to see if they could get me a cheaper car. Because as I've gotten older, I've realised that actually, who cares if you haven't got a flash car? I'm 23 years old, I don't need a flash car. The worst part is I literally look back and the insurance payout that I got could have been like a 5% house deposit. But here we are renting. Honestly, I wish that my dad could control my bank account. It actually makes me feel sick. I could be in such a different position right now. Thank God I paid extra for gap insurance, because it literally paid off my finance for the car that got written off, and then I just got the remaining lump sum back. And I still look at it now and I'm like, why? Why did I use that money to get another car on finance, an expensive car on finance? I literally could have put money down on a house, on a 5% deposit. Don't get me wrong, it's not a massive deposit, but it's still a deposit. Now I literally spunked it up the wall. Anyone else feel me? Because it's just the worst fucking thing I ever did. Do you know the big...
All right, guys. See? Well, first of all...
That's a huge bitch!
And second of all, that accent, you know, oh my gosh. Well, guys, her dad bought her a car, and she totaled it. Got the insurance money and bought herself a flash car, a flash car. First of all, guys, that's one thing about these chicks that are becoming more masculine. Since when have women cared about owning a nice car? They used to want to be with a guy that had a nice car. So you see all these B-dubs and all these chicks driving Hellcats and friggin' Scat Packs and, you know, big body Benzes and stuff. Why? Women don't care about cars. And here's the thing. They drive cars where you have to know stuff about, right? Because they can drive a Hellcat and drive up to the Dodge dealership, and that Dodge mechanic is like, yeah, because he knows that he can charge her everything under the sun, right? A guy that has a performance car, a luxury car, has to know stuff about it so he can know, all right, well, you know, the upkeep's going to be expensive, so I'm not trying to get charged for things that aren't necessary, you know? Look at that. Look at that, guys. So, someone says, some lessons are learned the hard way. We live and we learn. Look at that. Guys, she's cooked. Absolutely cooked. Guys, her hashtags, hashtag Volkswagen, hashtag finance, hashtag silly, hashtag girl problems. Guys, Volkswagens are super nice cars. Come on now.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
All right, you guys, this is AJ. I appreciate you guys. Like, subscribe, and guys, I'm out of here. Have a good one.